What's up, what's up, what's up? What's going on, guys? We're gonna try the usual setting. I know we haven't done this in a few weeks or so, but we'll try her again. So let me get this set up here a little bit better. We're gonna try and see how our live stream goes. In the past, we had a bunch of issues with this thing overheating, but we're gonna try her out today. We'll see how she does. Hopefully she cooperates. So let me do the usual routine. I'll grab my phone so I can see your guys' comments and go from there. At some point, I want to figure out how to do this through the computer. Right now, it's weird. YouTube kind of separates things where you have to do things through the phone or through the computer, and you can't flip flop. Like if I wanted to go run over to my computer from this live stream, it won't let me. It's kind of weird the way that works. But let me get this sorted out here so I can follow you guys along in the comments. Okay. So we'll let a few people join and we'll hang out for a little bit, kick it kind of like we used to, I guess a few weeks ago. It's been hectic here the last little bit, so I've been tackling a bunch of different projects and stuff, so trying to see, just trying to get a bunch of stuff done at the same time, and we got a lot going on the channel, so, and a lot going on in my own life too, so we'll kind of touch bases on a bunch of stuff today. Savage for Life says start. We have started. Javier says, where the Dakota's turbo at? Or turbos at? So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do next. Right now, we kind of have a few things on the go. So, as you guys know, my own Dakota. This one's Jason's. The black one's Jason, and the blue one is mine. The one that you guys know and have seen mostly on this channel. But we supercharged it, and then it blew up. And yeah, now we got it back running. It's been running for a while now, but I'm just kind of not sure if I want to test my luck on that thing. So I've just been enjoying it naturally aspirated for a while, and the other reason why I haven't gone back with the supercharger on my truck, my blue RT, is because I want to get to the track and do some tests for you guys the way that truck is naturally aspirated. I know it's not going to shatter any records or anything like that. It's not like a crazy build on my Dakota naturally aspirated. For those of you guys that aren't familiar with it, quick overview of the blue Dakota. That one is just pretty much a cam, a high lift cam, stiffer valve springs, and that's about it. And then just the Mopar M1 intake. It's got a 4-barrel Mopar M1 with a 2-barrel adapter and a bored out OEM throttle body. Intake, exhaust, that's pretty much it. And obviously tuned. So that's that one. And then Jason's one is going to be heads, cam, Hughes air gap. Also, he also has the adapter plate too. So he's running the 2-barrel as well. The same throttle body. So we're both going to be breathing through the same throttle body, except his has better exhaust on it. He's got Spintech headers, and he has those IndyX heads on his. So his should breathe a lot better than mine, on paper. But what I want to do is, the reason why I haven't supercharged mine is we're gonna, once everything opens back up with all this nonsense going on, we're gonna plan to probably hit the track and compare them to and go have some fun that way, and then we will probably eventually we're gonna end up boosting the blue truck again. So that's kind of where things are at. But I still want to get my truck, the blue truck, sorted out a little bit better. What I do want to do is get it riding a little bit nicer. So once Jason's truck, just so you guys know, this weekend should be. It's always going to be an ongoing thing, but it should be pretty well sorted out this weekend, we're hoping. So we finished the front suspension last weekend, which, yeah, I posted that video, so you guys saw the front suspension. And then today's Friday, this is live. And tomorrow we should be, if all goes as planned, we should be done with the rear end of the truck. So bed's going to come back off, just since it's still loose from when we did the fuel pump. I'm going to take the bed off the truck, we're going to take it off, whatever. And we're going to fix the hangers. So you guys probably saw in the previous videos that it has a kind of a custom hanger kit set up to make it extremely low and pretty much riding on the frame. So they took I guess the way Jason explained it, they took a rear hanger and they put it on the front, and they drilled new holes in the frame to move it way up so that it could be just dumped on the ground. So that's the setup as right now. We're gonna take that off, unbolt it. He's got an adjustable front hanger. I think it's Beltec or Hotchkiss. I can't remember which brand, but anyways, I'll review it and tell you guys which one it is. But it has like 3 different positions where you can put the front leaf spring, so you can actually adjust the ride height of the truck. So we're gonna do that along with the energy suspension bushings and the leaves, and that'll be this weekend's project. And then once that's on, technically this thing should be back up, you know, riding a decent ride height, because Jason doesn't want an absolutely slam truck. He wants to be able to actually drive it and not have to worry about scraping and bottoming out. Then we can put on the same wheels that we had on the front. Those will go in the back. Those fender flares will go back on. We can bolt the bed back down, and then in theory we can start, you know, driving this thing and getting it dialed in. So that's kind of the plan. And I'm still waiting for the valve covers for the Viper to come back and the piping so that we can start to get that sorted out. And I have a video for you guys. I haven't posted it yet, but I have the meth kit. I guess I don't know what part of it I can show you, but here's the nozzles. I got a row meth kit. Here's the pump. If I can lift this up without it turning into spaghetti. We've got a bunch of wires and hoses and everything on it. Here's the row pump for the meth kit, water meth kit. For the Viper, but I don't know if I'm gonna use it. I got it from the guy that previously owned the supercharger kit, so I'm sure he doesn't mind. Keith hooked me up with that water meth kit. It's got the reservoir tank too, but this is Rose's older kit. It kind of looks like, I don't know if you guys have ever had a pool, and it kind of looks like the chlorine jug, so I'm not a huge fan of the look of this thing. But that's the kit. But the problem is that runs off of an older controller, so technically this doesn't have a controller to run it, so I don't know. I might end up going AEM. I swear I should almost reach out to AEM and tell them to hook us up with some stuff, because we're putting AEM everything. I run all AEM gauges, AEM fuel pump. I've had really good luck with the AEM stuff, but AEM does make a water meth kit, so might end up going that route, because it comes with a controller with, and I've had it on one of my old cars, one of my first builds. We're talking back in my teens. It came with a controller where it had 2 dial indicators. You could set the speed of the pump, so how much you wanted the pump to flow, and also at what PSI you wanted the pump to kick in on, and how progressive you wanted and all that stuff. So it was pretty cool. It had like this little module. You plugged it into a boost reference so that it could see when you were boosting, and you gave it power, and then that thing would just, you set that and you tweak it, and then all of a sudden it would just be spraying meth whenever you're in boost. So I might go with that setup on the Viper just to keep things safe and keep the detonation at bay. Few other things. I think I haven't released that video. I got to catch up on my editing, so I'll do that tonight and in the morning so that you guys have some footage and some normal uploads coming. Yesterday I didn't get a chance to, and then today I'm doing this instead for you guys. But yeah, the Viper, it's only, I think I've explained to you guys, it's because it's the year 2000. From 96 to 99, the Vipers had forged in turtles. And because mine happens to be a 2000, it was the first year that they went back to cast pistons. There's lots of rumors on why they did that. Apparently they went to the cast pistons that they use. I can never pronounce it. Hypertech or Hyputech pistons. It's some sort of fancy piston that's supposed to have less friction. So it's supposed to technically make more power, but obviously it's not as good for boost. They also changed the cam. They went to a little bit more mild cam in this versus the 96 to 99 years. So it has a less aggressive cam, because a bunch of, I guess wusses were complaining that it was too rough at idle, and it was idling too rough, and it wasn't smooth operating. And I guess maybe at the time they were trying to cater more to, instead of like American muscle type people, they were trying to cater to like the exotic crowd who wanted like a nice, you know, purring Ferrari type thing. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but anyways, they toned down the cam on my model year. So ultimately what the goal is, I do want to at some point build this engine for more boost to be able to handle it, whether it ends up being the row kits for the time being, or maybe turbos down the road. So I at some point want to build the engine on this to some extent, probably just beef it up a little bit. It doesn't take much. It just needs a better cam, even the cam from the 96 and 99, they call it the 708 cam. Put that cam in there. I think they also had slow bleed lifters during 96 and 99, so probably change the lifters, maybe do some head work since the heads would be off at that point, and definitely pistons, so forged pistons, and this thing could, you know, we could turn up the boost. But for now, going back to what I was saying, we can only run about 6 pounds on it safely. If we want to run E85 and reconfigure the fuel system, we could probably push that up. But on pump, 91, without spraying that water meth, we're only going to be able to run about 91 pounds. Or sorry, 91 pounds, yeah. 6 pounds of boost. So that's that. Like I said, I'm waiting for the stuff to come back for the kit so we can do that. I'm also in discussion with Rose so we can get the crank pin kit, and I explain all that stuff in the other video that I'll be uploading either tomorrow or Sunday. But let's see what you guys are saying. That's pretty much the news on my side. My blue Dakota has been working well. Only thing is, I am going to be going back to Jose, which is my buddy who did the exhaust in his shop, and I'm going to probably be toning the exhaust down just a bit because I love the sound of it, but you know, I'm pretty honest with you guys, it is extremely loud. So to the point where it's like obnoxiously loud. I mean, it sounds good, I really like the sound, but I just want to take the volume down a little bit because it's like, it's loud. It's like real loud. I mean, it sounds good, but if you ever want to take the truck anywhere, like your ears are ringing by the time you get anywhere. So that's why I want to tone it down a little bit. Let's go back to you guys. ProCharge Mopar, thumbs up. What's up, bud? Justifer, yo, what's up, man? Brandon, favorite mod you ever did on a vehicle you owned? Ooh, that's a hard one. I could probably pick a favorite mod on each vehicle, but overall, the most favorite mod, I think I'm gonna have to go with my number one favorite mod would be electric cutouts on the Ram 1500 Hemi that we did. I think that was one of my most favorite mods for sure. It was cool. We ended up if you guys ever saw that video, it was super slick. So I ended up getting electric cutout on the 4th gen Ram, and not only that, but I got the wireless remote kit. So you guys probably, I don't know if you guys saw that video, and if you don't, I'll tell you what's up. If you get the wireless remote kit, if you get an electronic cutout kit, it typically just has a switch. If you spend an extra bit more money from QTP and probably even these, you know, knockoff ones, they give you a module that gives you like almost like 2 garage door openers looking key fobs, or like, you know, old school like 90s alarm type stuff, and it has 2 buttons on it, open and close. Well, what you can do, and what we did on the 4th gen Ram, was we programmed the garage, you know how it has like the factory garage door buttons? We programmed 2 of them. One was open and one was closed because they're 2 different frequencies. So I had it programmed into the truck where you could be driving, you could reach up, hit the overhead garage door buttons, you hold one button down and it was to open the electric cutout, and the other one was to close the electric cutout. So there's no switches inside the truck, and it was super slick. And not only that, but I wired it up so that it was on the battery power. So, and I kept that key fob attached to my key set. So if you're walking up to the truck and you want it to start up aggressively and sound super loud, you could open the electric cutout walking up to the truck, start the truck with remote start, since I had that feature on my truck, and it could be loud as hell. Or you could, you know, do the opposite obviously, and you could close the cutout and it would start up and be quiet. So I don't know, that was one of my most fun mods, I think. But there's a lot, definitely we've done a lot of mods, but I think that's right up there with a few others. But I think that's going to be my pick for that answer. Tristan, what's up, man? Patrick, hey. Alright, we're back, guys. We're back. We have the same technical difficulties. Let me set this up here. Is this upside down? And it's upside down. Hold on. Hold on. It's so freaking hot here that the phone overheats, and then we end up with this nonsense. There, we're back. Anyways, I had to come back inside and I had to literally put the phone in front of the fan, so hopefully it's not wind noise, but that way we keep this stupid phone cool, that it doesn't overheat. Put this over here. Stand this up, keep her going. Alright. Let's jump right back into your guys' questions here. So Ray, do you recommend a throttle body for better performance with stock intake? If so, which one? I was looking at the Hughes Big Gulp. As far as stock intake, I would probably just go with a ported or, you know, bored out stock throttle body if we're talking the Magnum stuff, because there's going to be a ton of other restrictions that you're going to run into. And the kegger is good for torque for sure, but there's some some people are putting, I don't know what the exact name is, a velocity plates or something like that, but they're putting like different plates and messing with the stacks inside. So I would probably look look into some of that stuff. So I would go with that. David, what's up? Hope all's good. Yeah, what's up, David? Pretty good. We just had to relocate to the inside here because it's whenever I try to do live on the phone, it ends up overheating and shutting us down. So we got a little fan cooling the phone down so we can do it, and then eventually have to figure out how to do it on the laptop or the PC here so that we can kick our live streams up a notch. I kind of like doing it in the garage because the cars are there, but if we have to do it inside, it's not the end of the world. What's up, Choi? Ah, you're funny. You're funny. Nothing, man. Just kicking it. Just here on Friday, I figured I'd do a little live stream for you guys, kind of get things kicked off. I know we haven't done a live stream in a while, so I figured I'd do one just to switch it up, kind of get in touch with you guys again. The other thing I was gonna say too is I think I may have mentioned this before, but I really have to look into Patreon. I get so many questions that I almost feel bad for not answering them. I'm not trying to be big-headed or anything, but like I literally get lots, hundreds and whatnot of direct messages on Instagram, Facebook, emails. People ask me about their builds. It's not that I'm trying to ignore people, but I'm still working a normal day job. I come home and then I end up, doing this and then editing or whatnot, and it's hard for me to really get involved with everybody on a one-on-one basis. So I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and fire up Patreon, and if somebody really truly wants to interact with me at that level, like whether it's your build or issues with your vehicle or whatever, I'll do that there, because I think there's a way that if you're a Patreon member that you can message me. That way I know that it's kind of almost an exchange, right? So I'm giving you value, you're giving me value as well, and it's kind of an exchange in that sense, because it's just hard for me to try to do both, or everything I'm doing, between actually physically working on the vehicles myself, editing the videos, posting the videos, posting everywhere on social media, still working a normal job, and still trying to have a life in between. It's pretty intense, but I enjoy it. But that's the way I'm thinking would be, would make sense for me to do it. But I mean, in live streams like this, I do my best to answer your messages here. So, but I'm thinking outside of the live streams that this might work as well. Paint Gun, what's up? What's up from Indiana? Smash that thumbs up. Yeah, guys, give me a thumbs up on this video before we forget, because it does help YouTube, show it to other people, so we can get some more people on this channel. We can turn things up. I think I might tell you guys in this video. I don't know. I guess I can tell you. I may be moving, you guys. It's getting pretty serious to the point where I have an opportunity to move. So the only problem is, if I do end up moving, let me know if anybody here is from Texas. I might be moving to Texas, like legit might be moving there. And it might be happening within the next few months if it does occur. So let me know if any of you guys are from Texas, what you guys think of doing that. I'll get into more details later, but the only thing is it's going to be a huge pain for me trying to get everything that's here over there. And I'd probably rent a place over there. Like I would be moving to live, but I'd probably rent over there rather than buying. So the only unfortunate part is I have this place obviously all set up. You guys have seen the shop and the garage and stuff like that. So to try to do that and set that up over there, but maybe there's more truck guys over there. Maybe more of you guys are over there. But let me know in the comments if you guys are from over there near Dallas or Texas area, because it might be happening. We're seeing. I'm trying to work something out right now, so if that ends up going down, I might end up over there. I don't wear a shirt that says Los Angeles, but it might say Texas pretty soon. But let me know what you guys think of that move. Like I said, I don't know, like if I'm gonna rent a place or something like that, it's probably gonna end up being a two-car, whereas this is a 3-car, as you guys know. And then I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to get all of these projects and vehicles and stuff over there if I do end up making that plunge. So I might be busy over the next few months if that goes down. Patrick, what's the best tuner for the money? Ooh, that's a big question. Really depends what you want to do. You guys obviously know that HP Tuners does support this channel, and I think actually that's a good segue. HP Tuners, full disclosure, is a sponsor at this time, and every Wednesday they have a free training course live that you guys can go watch. And if you guys watch the course, the live training, and you guys pay attention, at the end of each live training session that HP Tuners has, they give away a free MPVI2. So they give away the tuner, I don't have it right here, but they give away a full tuning kit. So that's the best price for the money, or best tuner for the money, because it's free if you guys win it. So they ask a question, as long as you're paying attention to their, live training session, you can win a free MPVI2 from HP Tuners. So go subscribe to HP Tuners, YouTube channel, and I usually link it as well so that you guys can check out those videos. But they give one away every week. So, and if you guys want, well, I already know what the answer is, but I can get HP Tuners to sponsor a free giveaway on this channel too. So I've talked to them before, but I've just been so tied up. Not that that is, I guess, kind of priority for you guys, is to get an MPVI2 from HP Tuners for free. I'll do my own giveaway as well, but if you guys want to double your odds, head over to HP Tuners and they give one away for free every Wednesday there too. So that would be the best tuner is the free tuner, which might be the HP tuner. Enrique, you guys have done an amazing job on the Dakotas. Awesome content. Always got my support. Viper and Ram looking good as always. Can't wait to hear more of your exhaust on your Dakota. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I gotta get you guys some more sound clips. I apologize for not doing that. I've just been working my butt off lately, so ended up starting working. You guys know I made videos before where I was working, I got laid off, and then I ended up working part-time, and then now I'm back to full-time right now. So I'm right now full-time Monday to Friday, and plus this YouTube. And I'm like having to wake up at 4 a.m. every day, commuting 2 hours, working a full day, and 2 hours commuting back. So it's killing me, but it might turn into me relocating to Texas and continuing full-time over there, which is definitely going to be a lot of workload for me, but it's good financially, so it might allow us to do more on the channel and to start more projects and not be so stressed out about the funding of everything. So we'll see, because right now California is getting super expensive, and with everything going on and all the nonsense that you guys already know, it's apparently only going to get worse. Taxes are supposed to go up to pay for all this nonsense, but that's a whole other story. Cocolino 11, you miss your Ram, bro? Yes and no. I have no regrets getting rid of the Ram, but I do. It was a really nice truck. But I've had so many. There's certain vehicles that in my ownership or life that come and go that I really don't feel that much attachment to, and I think the Ram was one of them. I really like that truck. It was nice, but I don't miss it because I had a lot of fun with it. I did what I wanted to do, and it was a monthly payment that I had, and now I don't have that payment, and we're having just as much fun with all these other little projects. And yeah, I kind of like doing it that way. We had our fun with it. We saw what it could do without going completely bananas. We pro-charged it, did a bunch of bolt-ons. She went pretty fast. It never broke. It never blew up, and that's a good story, right? So as good as a story as it can get for drag racing a truck off too. So yeah, no regrets on the truck. I've had two 4th gen 1500 Ram Hemis now, so I think it's time for something a little different. And I also actually have a video coming up for you guys. I think it might come out. It'll come out this weekend or Monday. I did go look at another truck. You guys will have to wait to see how that story went, but it was interesting to say the least. So last night I almost picked up a truck. I had the cash in hand, everything, but it turned out to be quite the story. So I'll leave you guys with that. I don't want to spoil the video, but like I said, I'm ready to buy some sort of truck, but I almost did it yesterday, but it was interesting. Me and Jonathan went, and yeah, you guys have to wait for the video. It's coming. We recorded it. Javier, when are you getting another 4th gen Ram? How many 4th gen Rams do you guys want me to get? Honestly, I was considering to answer the 4th gen question, I was considering getting a 4th gen Ram Eco Diesel. Yeah, I know it's not the most exciting thing, but it's the most practical truck for me at this point. I don't need another 4th gen Ram Hemi. I've already done it twice. So I was thinking about either getting a 4th gen Ram Eco Diesel or getting a 5th gen Ram Eco Diesel. Here are my reasons. I can use that thing to tow. I'm pretty sure it has a higher tow rating than the Hemi. When you're not towing, it gets like almost 30. Some people are reporting almost 30 or over 30 miles per gallon. So it gets, you know, insane fuel mileage. And I think it would be fun to own one of those. Like I said, it's not the most powerful truck, it's not the quickest truck, but it would be the most practical truck and something that I could daily drive. Now that you guys know the Jetta is no longer in our fleet, I need something that I can reliably daily and not mess with. Like, I don't want to tinker with something and, you know, have it be unreliable like freaking half the cars that we do. I'm not to say it's not fun, but when we modify those cars as much as we do, it's a little bit not so reliable. So that's what I was thinking, getting some sort of eco diesel if I can get my hands on one for a decent price. Those things are seeming to hold their value right now. There's one here close to LA that is selling for apparently 22 grand, but there's some weird stories behind it. I was thinking of going and picking that up, but that's still a lot of money to commit to. I don't know, maybe we'll see. We'll see, but that's what I was thinking. If I could get an eco diesel 4th gen, I would get one. The only thing is I'm not that excited to get another 4th gen because I've already had 2 of them. I'd rather get a 5th gen. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Would you rather see a 4th gen eco diesel or a 5th gen eco diesel? I know a lot of people have the 4th gen, so I'm thinking you guys would probably relate to me, you know, having the 4th gen eco diesel if I were to go down that route, and at the same time, if I did that, we could still mess with, you know, regular mods, right? Lighting mods, you know, appearances, wheels, all that stuff. The only difference would be the engine under the hood, but I've already covered all that stuff, so I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think you guys are missing out on anything on my channel, since I've already documented and covered pretty much all of the 4th gen Hemi stuff. So that's what I was thinking of doing the other one. Let me know what you guys think. As always, let me know. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't be stingy with those thumbs ups. Alright, on to the next question. 4th gen paint gun. Yeah, sorry for it cutting out, you guys. I think I probably established that answer, but it always freaking overheats the stupid phone. I gotta figure this thing out. Like, here, I'll show you guys. See this right here? I am trying to get this on my computer to be able to live stream from here, but believe it or not, I have YouTube open on my computer right there, and I can't live stream from that, even though it's YouTube. It doesn't let you. If you start live streaming from a phone, or you, even you guys probably saw the pop up on your phone that was planning live stream at 7 p.m. Pacific time. It wouldn't even allow me to open my scheduled live stream over here. So it's like, if I schedule it on the computer, I have to do it on the computer. If I schedule it on the phone, I have to do it on the phone. YouTube, you need to fix that, because that is a pain. So we're stuck on the overheating phone. I'll do some experimenting, I promise. We'll get her dialed in. Ruben says 4.7 liter V8. I don't know what you mean, but it sounds like an engine. Kyle, do you plan on getting the RT dyno before the Pro Charger? Yes. I think I'll probably get on dyno. I'm going to try, you know what we should do? That's a good idea. We should, once we get Jason's truck up, running, good, going, gone, you know, running, all that stuff, it'd be cool to get both trucks over to dyno. I have a feeling mine's not going to be too impressive. I mean, it feels okay, but I don't think mine's going to make a ton of jam. His should be half decent. With the heads cam and all the mods he has. But yeah, that'd be cool to, you know, even if we don't get to the dyno, we're definitely going to try to get both trucks to the drag strip so that we can, you know, do some head-to-head stuff and see how badly the blue RT gets smoked compared to the heads cam black RT. But we'll see what happens. Either way, we'll run some comparisons between the two. You guys can have an idea of, you know, how fast they run and, you know, dyno numbers, because everybody, who doesn't like dyno numbers, right? Choi, are you ready for that race versus my Ram? Yep, let's go. Fine. Send it. Your RAM doesn't even work. Choi, get out of here. Your RAM doesn't work. I think it's broken. Anyways, so you guys know Choi. I hope I'm saying it right. He's the one that bought my Pro Charger kit from the 4th gen RAM. So he's got my Pro Charger. It's his now, but he's got my old Pro Charger kit on his truck. So he wants to run his Pro Charge single cab 8-speed against the Dakota supercharged. I don't know. That would be an interesting race, honestly. I think you have a fully built engine now, so it might not be a race anymore. But if my truck was Pro Charged with the cam, it'd be a close race. If I had the heads cam, like if we had the Pro Charger on Jason's truck, I think it might be giving you a run for your money. You gotta remember, we're like 1,000 pounds lighter than you are, so we got the weight advantage. You definitely have more power, but we have horsepower advantage or weight advantage. I'm tired. Been up since 4 a.m. Give me some slack, guys. Give me some slack. What's another question? Chris, hi. I have a question on my Dakota to always change the gas pump the whole thing twice. What do you think it may be? I don't know what you mean. Fuel pump? Why do you have to change the gas pump twice? I don't know. You have to let us know what you mean. It's a hard question to answer with the way I'm reading it, but let me know what you mean. Hopefully we can try to answer your question. Peter, hope all is well. Any recommendations for 2012 Ram 1500 4x4 mods? Yeah, there's lots. I've made a few videos on what in my opinion, are the best mods for that truck. Easiest, most, I don't know, my opinion, best mod is to do electric fan, do the E fan, the V6 fan. You guys can search my channel for that, or if you just type in V6 fan, Ram 1500, my video should pop up first. That's gonna do both. It's actually gonna give you better gas mileage, believe it or not, because I did on mine. You don't have that big propeller spinning on the engine when you take off the mechanical fan, and you'll free up a bit of power. You'll notice more throttle response without having that huge propeller dragging off the engine all the time. That would be number one. You guys can probably figure out the rest. I would do the fan. I would do an intake because it's easy, and I like the sound of an intake personally. I think it makes the truck sound more aggressive when you get on it. Throttle body, which I almost don't want to say it because my DMs always get flooded, but I do have 2 throttle bodies that should be here shortly. So I should have 2 more in the next few days. I think I might only have 1 actually available, but yeah, throttle body would be a good idea. I'm gonna try and get more throttle bodies for you guys because right now it's a little bit of a slow process to get them made for you guys, but we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can step it up so that you guys can get some more throttle bodies since they seem to be pretty popular. Next question. Any plans to boost the SRT10 RAM and the S2000? SRT10 RAM, no. That one is kind of, I'm going to keep that one more aesthetics and mostly stock unless something changes. But at the moment, since it's more of a collector truck, there's only 200 of those. I don't want to hack that thing up. I'm trying to get a hold of a company right there. I think you've asked me if I want to try any of their products. They have electric cutouts, so I kind of want to put dual electric cutouts on the SRT10. I was debating swapping out the whole exhaust, but if I could do dual electric cutouts, I think that would be pretty badass on that thing. It would sound insane. Since on that truck we have the room for it. Oh, you know what I want to tell you guys? Just reminded me. You want to hear something crazy? Well, maybe not crazy. You guys probably would expect it from me at this point. I'm gonna be showing you guys in the video, but the next video, guess what I got for the Viper? Well, I'll give you a hint. What I got for the Dakota RT were Scat Pack mufflers. So on the Scat Pack, they're 2.5 inch. So 2.5 inch in, 2.5 inch out. The mufflers that you guys all, I'm pretty sure like 99.9% of you like the sound of the Dakota. It sounds insane. It sounds like a Scat Pack. It sounds like the new modern Mopar stuff coming out of that 5.9. So I got to thinking, what would the Viper sound like if we messed with the exhaust? So I think you guys know where this is going. So I found 2 Hellcat mufflers the oval ones, the same ones that we installed on the Dakota. I got 2 of those for the Viper. So, let me explain. So I got 2 of those Hellcat mufflers. They're the oval ones, but they are 3-inch in, 3-inch out. That's the difference between Scat Pack and the Hellcat mufflers is 2.5 or 3-inch. They're a bigger muffler. Has a bigger piping. Same sounds, but just, for more flow. So I've got 2 Hellcat mufflers for the Viper, and right now on the Viper, it has a full Borla cat pack. It sounds pretty good, but in my opinion, it could be better. And I think this is gonna be nuts. It could sound like absolute garbage. I said this the last time when we tested it at the Dakota. I thought it might sound like garbage, but it didn't. So that's what we're gonna try on the Viper. I'm not gonna hack any of the piping. There's a short section that's like this long. I don't know if my hands are fitting on the screen here, but it's like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet long on the Viper, and it's all 3-inch, right, on the Viper. So I'm gonna get Jose to hook us up in his shop, and I'll give you guys, once I get back to the shop, Jose's shop, he's gonna fab up a section for me where we can just slip it off. I can slip in my Hellcat mufflers, and the Viper's gonna have Hellcat mufflers, dual Hellcat mufflers on it, true duals obviously, and I think it's gonna sound nuts. So I like that nice like crackle that comes out of these engines with those mufflers, and I think that's how things gonna sound nuts. So just think about it. The Hellcat mufflers on the Viper, which does have a lumpy cam in it from the factory, so that is gonna sound nuts off the get, and then it's gonna be supercharged, so it's gonna have the supercharger whine out of it. Not only that, but I haven't put my Mopar Performance differential back in the Viper, which is a 3/7/3 gear ratio. So it's gonna wind out even quicker. The thing is gonna be nuts. So I anticipate the Viper should make, it should be in the ballpark of like mid to high 5s to low 6s at the wheel is what the Viper's gonna make around with 6 pounds of boost. So it should make some decent power for now. I mean, that's definitely, no joke as far as power. It's not gonna freaking set the world on fire, but it is gonna make a decent amount of power, and it'll be a lot more fun than what it is. And combined with the sound of that thing and the supercharger whine and the Hellcat mufflers, the thing is gonna be ridiculous. And just the way it looks after, the way we've set it up, I think the thing's gonna be nuts. So I'm pretty excited to get those mufflers on the Viper and see if it sounds. Who the hell knows what the hell a V10 sounds like with Hellcat mufflers? Like, I don't even know what to expect. Everybody knows what the V8 sounds like because it's coming out of a Hellcat and a Scat Pack. We know that. But what does a V10 Dodge engine sound like coming through a Hellcat muffler? We're gonna find out. So I'm excited to try that one, and like I said, we got a lot of cool content coming. The supercharger project on the Viper, the exhaust on the Viper. We still got Jason's truck to be all getting ready. We're gonna do head-to-heads with the 2 Dakotas. What else? And eventually we'll end up boosting my Dakota again. Now Jason's talking about boosting his. We might put a turbo kit on it eventually. Like, there's a lot coming. So if you guys like all those topics, give me one of these, please. We'll get this channel cracking. So thanks again for 50K, guys. I've said it in the last video, the teaser of the Viper stuff, but I do appreciate it. It does help. So it does help your guys' support, and we'll keep cranking things. I'm kind of in a rock between a hard place. I really would like this channel to get to the next level so that this could be a full-time gig, but it's kind of like a half-time gig, kind of a half sender until we get the kind of traffic. So you guys can help me by sharing any videos, any of the videos or projects or mods or whatever, any video that says Boosted Motorsports on it. If you guys share it with your friends, family, whoever you guys think will enjoy it, it does help the channel. And if we can get more people on this channel, then we can just do more projects. The more people watch the videos, the more income I can get, not to be greedy, but the more income that I can get from YouTube and from the channel, and I can just put that right back into vehicles and mods. You guys already probably know and trust me by now that I'll spend the money on the cars. The amount of mods, vehicles, projects on this channel is pretty crazy right now. I don't know if anybody is doing it this much, like this many projects at once. All the other channels I see have like 1, maybe 2 projects on the go, but I think the pace and the amount of projects that we have on this is pretty crazy. You guys tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think. I think we have a lot of projects on the go, and I think it keeps it interesting. We bounce around from projects, right? Like the Viper, all that stuff's getting powder coated right now, so we're working on Jason's truck. And when Jason's truck, you know, we're not working on that, we could be working on the Dakota or my Dakota, right? So I think it's good to have more than one project, so you're not stuck and not making content, but I like it. It's fast paced. You guys always have something crazy coming at you, and I like it. So next question, Justifer, yo, I'm from Texas, Dallas. All right, well, you might see. Kyle Connor, what part of Texas? So it might be DFW. We shall see. We shall see. Tristan, Okie dokie. David, I'm near Waco. Waco. Okay, so we got a lot of Texas in the house. Hi, Stillman. Boo, wind noise. Alright, let me see if I can get rid of some of this wind noise. Come this way with the phone. Let me know if we still have wind noise. The reason why we have wind noise is because I have a fan blowing at the phone so it doesn't overheat. Stupid ass thing. That's why there's wind noise. Let me know if the wind noise is gone though, so I can either move it further away from the fan. But I'm trying to keep this live running on the phone that always overheats. Let's keep going. Fred, I think Texas is a little more car friendly than California when it comes to emissions. Yeah, probably. I don't really know what the deal is. I think that I've heard, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, if you live in the cities, so if it does happen to be DFW or whatever, there's still emissions there. It's when you start to get out of the city that the emissions aren't as harsh. Is that true? Do you still have to go through the whole process of, you know, annually, or what is it over there? Because I honestly haven't looked into it. Probably should, but it's not going to affect the decision. It's just might be, you know, something that I have to deal with. David, awesome. I need a tuner. Yeah, I would go with that. Make sure you check out HB Tuners is live on Wednesdays to get yourself a free MPVI 2. Michael, way effing cheaper in Texas to boot. Yeah. Well, it depends. It really does depend how you do it. There's some things that are cheaper, for sure, but then there's some things that are a little more expensive. So property taxes are way higher in Texas because they don't have any state income tax, is what I was told. So they have to make up their state revenue from property tax. So if you own a house, taxes are higher on it. So I'm told. And that's what I've seen just on looking too. But I think there's other things that are cheaper for sure. I think, like, you know, registration and stuff like that, which we get nailed for over here, is cheaper over there too. Peter, you should wait for the Ram 1500 T-Rex. Yeah, that's a cool truck. For me, I wish I could just drop 80K on a vehicle or a truck or whatever. I don't have that kind of money, honestly. I wish I could tell you that YouTube, this channel, pays that much, but it doesn't. You know, hopefully one day we can get there where we can go drop money on these new vehicles like that. It's not there, honestly, and I can't, especially with everything going on in the world, I can't, you know, take out that kind of loan. So, yeah, I'm taking the safe bet. We got all these other projects. We got a lot going on that I'm having fun with, and hopefully you guys are enjoying too. And I think it's a little more realistic. You know, some of the bigger channels or some of like Motor Trend type stuff, they're going to crank out some good content on the brand new vehicles, and they're going to do it for free with a sponsored vehicle. It's hard for me to compare or to compete with that. I think I vibe with you guys a little bit better by having vehicles that you guys could own or do own, and mods that you guys can afford and you could do yourself. I think that connects me with you guys a little bit better. I can't even buy a TRX. Honestly, with my budget and my money right now, I could not buy or afford one of those TRXs. So I think probably 99% of you are probably in the same boat as me too. So I've noticed that I connect better with you guys on projects that you guys are, you know, involved with, whether it's the Dakota or the Ram 1500 stuff, and, you know, doing all those mods that we did before on that. Because even when I switched to the Viper, I always get some people that say, you know, I don't have a Viper, I can never afford a Viper, I don't want to see Viper, I want to see Dakota. It would be the similar situation with the Ram TRX. So we're gonna do something, you know, interesting here shortly, but I don't know if I don't think it'll be that unless this channel, you know, blows up here shortly. The Kilner, good night everyone. Alright, good night. It looks like you're taking off. Todd, I'm currently building a 2001 Durango. I'm getting a lot of tips from you, honestly. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, like, you know, obviously the Durango and Dakota share a lot of similarities, other than the behind the doors, but, yeah, I appreciate that. That's what the videos are for, or at least what I try to achieve is to give you guys something that, you know, either gives you a different perspective on something, whether you thought something might be harder than it was, or maybe my videos, you know, you guys can follow along and do the same thing, or maybe it gives you ideas. Whatever it does, you know, if it, you know, helps you guys, that's my goal is complete. So that's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully it comes through that way, and hopefully you guys enjoy the videos, but I appreciate it. Michael, buy an old U-Haul, get your ass out here. What area of Texas are you in, Michael? Are you in the same area? See, I'm kind of like, I've been to a few events out there. So I did some work out there in the DFW around 2018. If you guys watch my 2018 videos, you'll see that I was in that area. And it was fun. We went to, what the heck is it called? Texas Motorplex, and like went to some events there and stuff. So I know there's still a lot of cool events out there. So it'll be fun. And I know there's a lot of truck stuff out there. You know, there's obviously Texas 2K, which I like watching. I don't think I would participate in that because I don't know. There's something about me and doing that kind of stuff on the street that doesn't really sit well with me. If you guys do the 1320 stuff, I will be a cameraman if you guys ever want to do that. If you guys want to invite me as a cameraman to any of these 1320 events, I'm down. But yeah, I don't really usually participate in any of those. I just save it for the track. But if you guys want to invite me on a 1320 event one night, I'll come and be the cameraman. So just putting it out there. The Kilner, I want to see you race that Viper powered Ram. Yeah, right. See, that's the other thing too, is with being out here, all the vehicle registration is insanely expensive for me. So I think that's part of the reason why you guys don't see me driving, is because I have so many projects, so many vehicles, and so much, you know, we're spending money on parts and mods and all that stuff that I didn't put that vehicle on the road. I didn't want to pay for the registration, so that's because it was like $1,000, and it was just, I didn't want to throw another $1,000 out the window. So, and that's for 1 year. It was stupid. So I was like, you know what, probably not gonna drive that much. We got a bunch of other projects on the go, so I just parked it, honestly. So I think if we do the whole Texas thing, it will change that, because it's probably gonna be cheaper to keep those vehicles on the road. So, well, there's that. I don't know if I'm gonna, you know. Well, I know I'm not gonna, you know, beat the crap out of the SRT10 Ram, but you know, I'll still get down with it. So don't worry, we'll get some content here coming soon. Let's get through some of these projects, and we'll switch gears back to the SRT10 Ram. I have the LED fogs for the SRT10 Ram if you guys are interested in the 3rd gen stuff. So I'll be installing those too, not the bulb, but the whole assembly, the LED assembly. Michael, yeah, only thing is the oil changes on the Gen 5 Eco Diesel are $200 pop. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. And $200 for an oil change isn't really crazy anymore, honestly. Like, if you think about it, even the Viper right now, it's like an $80 oil change, and that's doing it as cheap as I possibly can. That's with buying, it takes 10 quarts of synthetic oil for the Viper. So I buy 2 mobile jugs at like $25 a piece, so there's $50, and then I have to buy the oil filter, which is another $20. So I'm at $70 to do the oil change myself on the Viper. So yeah, and the other thing too is diesels don't need oil changes as often. So if it's $200 for an oil change on a diesel, but you get, you know, you can extend it for twice as long usually. It's all relative. I'm cool with it. The Kilner 5th gen Eco Diesel. So you guys down with that 5th gen Eco Diesel? All right. Well, I'll take a look. Honestly, like, I think the Eco Diesel makes a lot of sense to me. But the only thing is, not that many people have the 5th gen. But maybe we could be the first to document the 5th gen. I don't know. Give me your vote, or maybe I'll do a poll. 5th gen, 4th gen Eco Diesel if we do it. Joshua, if you got a 4th
4th gen, would you cover all the same mods? 5th gen would be great. Yeah, if we do 4th gen, I would do it different. I'm not gonna lower diesel. I'll probably do some similar mods that most of you guys would do. I would like to get a 4x4, even though I don't really need it right now, but you never know. At least as a daily driver, it's more usable as a 4x4. I was at one point, not too long ago, thinking about maybe getting a boat. So I was thinking, having a boat, if I'm on the boat launch, because I was driving my buddy's truck, and, trying to pull the boat out of the water. We started spinning on the rear. We were in a GM. I know, a GM, but anyways, I clicked it in a 4-wheel high just because we had to get up the ramp. So yeah, like being able to click something in four-wheel drive is nice too, especially if you have a boat or something like that. So, or if we ever get into any snow or go up the mountains or anything like that. So yeah, I would probably do like a level kit, and if I could have a 4-wheel drive, it would be okay. If it's 2-wheel drive, it's not the end of the world. But if I have the option to pick between the two, I would probably do 4-wheel drive. Throw a level kit on it. Maybe some more aggressive tires. Kind of do more of a rugged truck look instead of the lower truck look. But I don't want to like lift it or do anything crazy because I still want to be able to tow with the thing. So I'll try to give them like kind of a beefy look, but I don't want to go crazy with it and not be able to tow it and use it properly. That's my plan. That's my plan. Skills. You live in San Jacinto. Yes, I do. Duggable. Is there a kit to lower a 2004 4x4 Dakota? I believe so, but don't quote me. Yeah, because you're going to have the front half shafts. I think there is, but I've never looked into it. So I would think there is, but again, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've never had to look into if you can lower a 4-wheel drive Dakota. That's interesting. I would assume somebody makes it, but I've just never had to because they're all 2-wheel drive in the garage here. Zach, big question. Saw you drilled and Heli-Coiled your Dakota RT caliper bolts. How did it hold up, and would you recommend? Yes, it did. It's still working fine, no issues. I would say send it. And I would do the Heli-Coil. There's some guys, and I looked at too, you can go to AutoZone and for like $15 or $20, you can get these slider pin bolts, and it has an oversized threaded portion, and it's kind of like self-tapping, and you just send it right in, and it just cuts its own threads into the metal and it holds. But I don't know. You have to, like, every time you service the brakes, you have to remove the pin. And I just, if you're just gonna sit there and send it and grind it in every time, I think you would end up having the same issue after putting it in and taking it out, that larger bolt after a while. So that's why I went the Heli-Coil. It was cheaper, honestly. A little bit more involved, but it was cheaper. It's done and fixed properly. I didn't sit there and just like send in a new bolts like is what those I think it's a Dorman fix kit. So I didn't just hack it, and I feel like it's a proper fix because you can nicely remove the bolts now and everything's good. But yeah, still holding. I say go for it. And that kit was only like $10 or something. The one that I linked on the Amazon. So yeah, $10 and you can Heli-Coil everybody's in the neighborhood's truck if you want to, because it came with a bunch of them. Stefan, however you want to say your name. What do you think of 355 gears to the Viper? So I have 373s or 373s, whatever. I don't know. I think 355 is a nice difference, but 373 was 355 would work. It would definitely be noticeable, but I really like 373s. It woke my car up like crazy. When I had them in, I had to take it out because I have to put some new bearings in my differential because it sat on a shelf for a while, so the bearings, were dried out when I put it in, and it was short-lived. So whatever it takes, transmissions, they hooked me up with a bearing kit for the Viper, rear end, so I got to install that. It's another project we're gonna have to do here shortly, and I'll document. But I would say, unless you plan on doing like a ton of highway miles, I would do 373s. It wakes it up. It really doesn't rev that much higher when you're just cruising in 6. 373s all day. That's my opinion. 355 is gonna be better, but I don't know. I just say 373s because it's not like you're gonna be rolling the gears like crazy. Like it's not like it's gonna be too short. You're just gonna maximize your acceleration. Next question. Oh my god, I'm trying to keep up with you guys. You guys are killing it on the questions today. Let's see what else we got. Choi, it's up and running now, all stock. Everyone thinks I'm coming out with a built engine. You're a liar. You're a dirty little liar. I know you're coming with a built engine from MPR. Don't believe this Choi guy. He's not trustworthy. He's got a built engine. He's got a fully built engine with a turbo on it. He didn't even put the D1SC on. Okay, Ray, what size electric can the on what size electric can on the RT? And any overheating issues? I think you meant fan, not can. My 2000 RT has an auxiliary electric fan and regular. I would like to lose the clutch fan. I did a full video on that, so dig through my videos on the electric fan. I don't know what I called it, but I'm assuming it says electric fan in Dakota in the title, so search it up. I should pop up. I just used a cheapy fan and it's still ripping. It was like a $20 or $25 fan. I think it was a 16-inch. It was the biggest that I could find at the time. I've been in 112 degrees stop and go traffic, and the truck is perfectly fine. It's sitting way cool. Like, it never even gets. I have a 180 degree thermostat in there, and it never even gets to the halfway mark. It stays like well below, like around the quarter. If we're talking the full range of the sweep of the needle, it stays like right around a quarter the whole time. So, no overheating issues. I say go that way. Joshua, Viper will sound nasty, hopefully. Yeah, I think it's gonna sound crazy. It might be too loud, but we'll address that later. But either way, I think it's gonna sound good. I don't know how you're saying. A hit C1. Those Scat Hellcat Resonators sound awesome. Put them on the 06 SRT8 Charger I had. Props for doing Dakota stuff. I've owned 2 RTs in the past. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised. I was expecting it to sound good when I put on the Dakota. Or actually, I really didn't even know what it was gonna sound like. But when we fired it up and it sounded like a Scat Pack or Hellcat, I was just like all smiles. So, only thing is, like I said, we're gonna tone it down a notch. So if you guys remember, I put 2 V bands right after the axle. So I have 2 V bands right there. We're gonna build like another section from those 2 V bands that's gonna have two either mufflers or resonators in it. We're gonna test a couple to see if we can knock the noise level down. And what the idea is, if we're gonna go to the track, we're gonna go full send, or we want to, have it be as loud as it is now. We put that little section that we currently have on there with the V bands. If I'm gonna go on a road trip or use the truck as a daily for that week or month or whatever it happens to be, 5 minutes, we unbolt the hanger, take off those 2 V bands right at the back. Probably don't even have to jack the truck up, and then just slip on the muffler section, and then all of a sudden it's quiet again. So we're gonna develop that. I'll document that as always, and I'll do sound clips of both. But that way you have a quick change solution. It'll still sound the same, but it's gonna just take the volume down a little bit, which is kind of what I want. Because recently I've really wanted to daily the Dakota, but honestly, I've been commuting at like 5 or 6 a.m. and I don't want to start. I don't want to piss off everybody too much, and even myself. It's like when it's between 4 and 6 a.m. Like, you're not trying to just listen to this on your ears. So yeah, I'm gonna build that other section. That way we have the option. If we want to go to a car show or whatever, we want to be rowdy, we'll put on that section. We want to just take it easy, we'll put that other section on. David, are you keeping the RT wheels or trading them out for SRT 10 wheels? If you get them, would you powder coat them? Yeah, so I'm always going to keep the RT wheels that I have, but we're going to put the SRT 10 wheels on probably this weekend. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be the highlight video, probably not, because I got so many other things we got to get done this weekend. Like I said, we got to get Jason's truck finished, but in that process, the rear 2 wheels that are on Jason's truck are going to come off, and then we'll, those wheels will be off. His wheels that he wants on the 20s will be on, and then probably this week we can try those SRT 10 wheels on my blue Dakota. So I'm pretty excited to see how it looks. I don't know how it's going to fit stance with it being that low. I might put them on and have to take them right back off because it's going to rub. But we'll try it. We'll see how she looks, and if I'm able to leave them on, we'll leave them on. But I have a feeling I'm going to have to take them off and it's going to hit. But we'll see. Cross that bridge when we get there, right? Ben, that Viper is gonna sound loud AF, but it's gonna be cool. Also, Dakota, with those mufflers, just in the video, sounded really loud, almost too loud, but cool indeed. I left a like for you too. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, like I'll give you guys more sound clips. The Dakota sounds incredible, and it doesn't sound bad. It just sounds amazing. But the volume is like, it's at an 11 right now. Dude, when it's just sitting there idling with that cam, it's like, it sounds like a race boat, like, like, but it sounds so good, but I just know it's probably asking for trouble, so, and not only that, but like, when you drive for like an hour, and this is with the windows down, like, you get where you're going, and you can hear your ears ringing, so, I haven't had to, because it's been hot out lately, I haven't had to drive it with the windows up, but I can only imagine that's going to be worse. So there's that. So that's why I'm going to build that other half section that we can just V-band clamp without having to, jack the truck up or really get under the truck too much. Just a quick change section on the back, and like I said, I'll document that for you guys, but that should get that done. Joshua, Jason's truck has come together so fast. I can't wait to see all the Viper content. Yeah, I mean, not to be whatever, but I think we honestly have to give a pat on the back for how fast, me and Jason got that black Dakota up and running. Like, that thing flew together, and partially because we just finished mine, that one went much quicker, and albeit there was a lot more work to it, like, the heads never came off my truck, the heads came off his to put the ADX ones on there, but we got that thing together fast, and honestly, that was my first time doing some things that we had to spend some time to make sure we were doing it right. So, when we did the roller rockers, that was my first time, I understand the concept and I've done similar things, but that's the first time I've actually done it myself, so we wanted to make sure we got it right, and we did actually. Like, there's no ticking, the thing sounds great, no issues, on startup, so, yeah, it went fast, but we couldn't have even gone faster now that we've done similar stuff. So, like I said, we did the heads, and we didn't do the heads on mine, but having done mine definitely expedited his, just with everything. Like, I kind of knew what to expect going into it, and some of the issues where we get snagged on, and it went really fast. So I'm glad that we're having his up and running, and I'm trying to make it as much like a TV show, I want to say. Keeping the fast pace, like, some YouTubers, and I've seen them too. It's like they'll post a video, they'll talk about doing something, and then they just go MIA for like 3 months, 6 months. Everybody's left hanging. What happens? Is this person still alive? Is their car still alive? We want to see more of that. You guys know and probably can trust me at this point that I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna update you guys. Even if I skip a day or two, I'll come back, tell you what happened, where I went, and whatnot. Not to sit there and give you guys, all my personal information, but usually try to keep you guys pretty connected with everything, and hopefully that comes through on the videos. So yeah, I don't go MIA, and I'm trying to do it fast paced so that it's, you guys can stay interested, stay updated, and I'll keep you guys posted how everything works. Stillman, better but voice is quiet. I don't know. I haven't heard anybody else complain, but I don't know. If anybody else thinks that the audio isn't that good, I'll fix it next week. This is really jerry-rigged right now because, like I said, the phone keeps overheating. I have a phone here in my hand, then I'm reading your comments, and I have another iPhone, and it overheats because it's so hot out. But we're making do. Kyle, I just got 97, 5.25 speed. What head cam combo do you recommend? Whew, that's a big question. It really depends what your goals are. Probably the best head you can get, affordable and get your hands on, is probably going to be the Edelbrock's. Cam, I don't know, you have to talk to your tuner. I think that's the best way to do it. I would talk to the tuner, see what cam they recommend or what they want to do. I got a custom grind cam in mind. Jason got a custom grind in his, so there's not like there is off-the-shelf cams you can get, but we both got different custom grinds depending on what our goals were. I just honestly wanted a cam that we could slap into the stock head or stock long block on my Dakota because it kind of didn't want to go crazy on the motor that's in my truck. So that was my goal at the time. I told Brian at IMM that I wanted the rowdiest cam that we could run. on a stock long block, and he delivered on that. We put stiffer valve springs in it. He gave me as much lift as we possibly could on, you know, stock valves and valve springs. Or not valve springs, but stock, you know, heads. And that was the result. So I have the choppiest cam that I could possibly imagine for a stock long block, but it just depends what your goals are. And Jason's goals were he eventually wanted to go boost, so he got a cam that's caters to boost. So in the future he plans on doing that, and that's what his goal is. So it really depends what your goal is. Talk to your tuner, whoever that might be. Flying Ryan can, you know, direct you if that's the tuner you decide to go with, and like try to advise you and go from there. But I wouldn't. I mean, to give you a cam off the top of my head, it's, you know, gets into the specs and what your goals are and all that stuff. So start there, and that would be your best bet. Just a fur, at least Dallas, if you go to some shops that don't even sniff your exhaust, like there's places around me that I get my Durango state inspected and they don't say anything about me having a straight. Oh, you ride dirty. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's that. I just honestly, I'm just trying to, you know, go where there's some different opportunity and whatnot. And yeah, more than anything, it's just the financial opportunity for me to go over there and work. I would like to tell you guys that, you know, YouTube pays for everything, and I'm some multi-million-dollar rich kid that does YouTube videos or makes millions off YouTube, but unfortunately that would be a lie. So yeah, I have to support myself with a regular job, and I have an opportunity to go over there and, you know, better myself financially. So I don't know, we might try. I'm still trying to make my decision, honestly. You know, I've dug my heels in over here quite a bit, so it would be quite the undertaking to have to, you know, relocate, but we shall see. We shall see. I really do like the shop that we've built here and gotten already, so that's one big thing. Like, honestly, if you guys gave me one of these and this video got 50,000 views overnight and all of a sudden I became a YouTube superstar and I didn't have to move, maybe I wouldn't. Or maybe I would move just for fun, but right now I have to base my decision on a secondary job to support my income. And that's where I'm at, but I'll keep you guys posted as those details arise. But definitely give me one of these. Next question, Joshua. Love all the average guy builds. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to keep it real with you guys. Like, I could be like all those other YouTubers, like, oh, hey guys, I'm gonna go drop my car off and then snap my fingers, and a week later it's turbocharged and it's sick and I don't know anything about it, but it's fast and let me go street race this Mustang. Sick. You guys don't get that from me. I try to keep it real with you guys. I let you guys know when I'm running into trouble, running into issues, the, you know, reality of it all, building stuff in your garage, what you need to get it done, how it goes together. Maybe I mess up sometimes. This is my solution to the problem. All that stuff. It's real life. So that's my style. Everybody else got their own style. I guess let me know what you guys like to see and like to watch, but I try to keep it real with you guys, and hope you guys enjoy that format. Peter, yes, I do need a throttle body from you for my Ram. How do I get one for you? Or should I wait till you finish moving? Thank you for the mod info. Just send me a message. Usually I get like a million DMs as soon as I even, not to sound like a big head, but I get a lot of messages as soon as I announce that I have throttle body, and they're like gone instantly, and I have people, you know, wanting to buy it before I even have it in my hands. But I already have a few of them spoken for, so I think I only have one actually available. But yeah, everybody that's bought one, you guys, has loved it. I've never had anybody unhappy, and everyone loves that mod. So I gotta get more of them for you guys, because it seems like everybody is just eating those things up. Peter has another question. Sorry for all the questions. So many mods. Oh, so my mods are cold air intake, paddle commander, and exhaust. I'm running 35-inch tires. I do want the throttle body from you, and my guess is for other mods would be HP tuners and maybe different gears. Yeah, no worries. The throttle body is an easy mod. What I don't see on your list is electric fan. I would go with an electric fan for sure. 35-inch tires aren't that big, honestly. If you have the 392 stock, you should be fine. But even if you don't, there's some guys that are just running the standard gears. But yeah, I would say out of your list, Throttle body would be cool. It would definitely help. Electric fan and catch can. I don't see catch can. I would do a catch can. You guys would be surprised how much junk those catch cans catch on the Helis. Michael, yo, John, did you have issues using the Diablo for resetting your fan temp when you pulled your factory fan? No, I had other issues, but resetting the fan temp or adjusting it was not the issue. It was more severe than that, like bricking my PCM and having to send it back to them twice. But it set the fan temperature, it just set my PCM on fire. But yeah, I made some videos on that if you guys want to check that out, but yeah, that was the situation there. Ray, are they mufflers or resonators that you use from the Scat Pack? They're technically the resonators. They're at the back of the car. They're the oval ones. They're black. And I don't know if I should run over and get them. You guys know what it looks like. I have them just over there. Should I get them? Should I not get them? Should I get them? Should I? Let me see. Hold on. Let me grab them. Boom! There they are. Ooh. So these are the ones from the Hellcat. Let me see. I think you guys can see. So these are the Hellcat Resonators. These are a larger piping. They're the 3-inch, like I said, but they are gonna go on the Viper. So these are gonna fit in the side sills and sound insane. I kind of want to paint them. I might make a, I don't know. I might pretty them up a little bit, but the ones I put on the Dakota are very similar to this. They're just not 3-inch. They're a little bit smaller, is what I was told. But like, I don't know if you guys can see. That's straight through. You guys can see me, right? These are definitely straight through. It just has like a little chamber in it. Like, it's pretty strange the way they work. Obviously, it's got some sort of baffling because you can see the size of it, but she's straight through. Anyways, enough of that. Let me put this thing down. So those are the ones that you want. They're called the Resonators. They're at the back of the vehicles. Yeah, those are Hellcat ones. They're apparently bigger than the other ones. I don't have them side by side because the other ones are on my truck to compare. But yeah, those are going on the Viper, which is going to be amazing. I can't wait. Or maybe it sounds like crap. But either way, I'm going to make it so that I can just quick change between the Borlas or those, depending on how I'm feeling and how it sounds. Next question. Andrew, have you guys upgraded the ignition systems on either truck yet? Sorry if you already covered this question. Just joining in. Keep up the good work. No, stock ignition systems, honestly. Just good wires. Jason put on Firecore wires. I still have Firecore wires brand new in a box that I haven't put on. I've just been running the cheapies, honestly. But I haven't, even with the cheapies, I haven't had any issues. And I have some other 8mm wires that I bought. I can't remember what the name of them was. I bought them off of eBay. It came with a whole kit. It came with a cap, rotor, 8mm wires. It came with I want to say 45 volt. I don't know, some upgraded coil pack thing. But my truck had more issues than that at the time. But yeah, just stock ignition so far. Joshua, you can start a 5.9 rebuild company. I know, seriously, tell me about it. It's almost getting there, and I apologize because I've told you guys for a while that I would rebuild the 5.9 that we grenaded. Not grenaded because it didn't blow up that much, but that got tired and started showing indications of bearing wear. I told you guys I would open it up. You guys can vouch for me. We've been so swamped with all the other projects that I haven't had spare time to like dig into that. Between Jason's truck, me promising the 50K Viper build, my truck having all sorts of headaches after we did the cam, we haven't had a chance to kind of rip apart that 5.9 in the garage. But I think we'll get to it at some point. Just man, even that, I'm just thinking. I was kind of had it in the back of my head, like if I were to make that move that I was mentioning to you guys, getting the vehicles across the country is one thing, but even just all the stuff, like toolboxes and all that stuff is one, but like even like that spare engine, like what the hell do we do with that? That's like, there's just so many things. Anyways, that's my problem, I guess. But yeah. Peter, Also, how often will the catalytic converter go out on these Rams? It's odd that mine went out in 8 year, $3,500. No, there's no way. Honestly, catalytic converters last a long time. Unless you're putting like some serious miles on, it should last. Should last them like long time. Honestly, I don't even know if there's an expiration date on stock cats, but I know they last like pretty much as long as the vehicle for the most part. The newer ones, at least. Yeah, but that's a little odd. Justifer, if you do come to Texas in the DFW area, you want to help me with my Durango and putting in a cam in, have a Durango on the channel. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely open to different stuff. I have so many projects of my own that it's hard to I guess tackle others. But yeah, and I gotta, like I said, I gotta sit down and decide what's gonna make sense, because the problem is too, going over there, you gotta remember that I don't think I'm gonna have a shop over there initially. It's just gonna be a garage, which over here I have a lift, which helps, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we're gonna do. We'll see. But yeah, I'll definitely keep in touch. Like I said, I'm cool with meeting different people, new people, truck people, car people, whatever, and seeing you guys at meets and stuff too. So I'll keep you guys posted on where I end up, or if that happens. Andrew, hear you loud and clear. Okay, cool. Yeah, some people were complaining there's a fan noise. I moved the camera away from the fan. Hopefully she helps. Tinker, you should have a pre-order for throttle bodies. I know, right? Like I said, I want to get maybe a little bit more into it for you guys. I didn't, when I started doing those, I didn't think that there was, I thought maybe some people would be interested in it, but I didn't know that that many people were going to want these things. So I got to try to step up my game and deliver for you guys and get more of these things cranked out. It was never really a full-time focus for me, but seeing how much you guys want them and how much you guys are hitting me up for them, I guess I'm gonna have to do my part and start delivering. Let me get a drink. I'm talking a whole lot. I'm drying out here. Elgin, what up, bro? What's up, Elgin? Chris Pickering. Oh, let me get another drink. Hold on. I'll read your question, Chris. Okay, so Chris has an SRT10 clone build. Yeah, like, I don't know. I guess there's so many different options, right? Like, I could almost start up some sort of shop or something at some point. That'd be cool. Is your SRT10 clone have a 5.7 in it or a Viper engine? I would be curious. Elgin, love the channel. Have a 1500. A tutorial on red or LED lights was a great resource. Cool. No, I appreciate that, man. Those are nice trucks too. Like I said, part of me misses just how comfortable the 4th gen was until I started really messing with mine. But just stock, it was just flawless. They never gave me any issues. I guess that's true. That truck never gave me any major issues, other than when we flashed the PCM and it locked it up, like I was mentioning earlier, with that tuner that I dare mention the name that I no longer use. But yeah, that truck was a good truck. I mean, we beat on that thing pretty hard. Hopefully nobody on this channel, watching this channel, owns that truck, but it's off my hands. Like I said, I traded it in, so wherever it ended up, I do not know. I didn't sell it to anybody directly because I figured, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the truck. It worked and everything. It didn't make any weird noises or whatever, but I traded it into to CarMax, so who knows what they did with that. I'm sure they went through their diligent inspection process before they sold it to whoever. But yeah, it was a good truck. Darren's Mopar Express. Have you sold the Honda yet? I just got in a few minutes ago. Loving the videos and builds. No, I have not sold the Honda. I would like to, and especially if this whole thing, like I'm mentioning, is on the table as far as maybe relocating, it would make it easier, my life a little bit. I don't know, I'm on the fence, honestly, you guys. But the Honda, because it would be cool to have that car and keep that car as a track car. It's fully set up. The only thing is I would like to freshen up the motor so that it does not one day, fail me at the track. I mean, I've been daily driving the S2000 for the last over a month now, actually, and yeah, no issues. So yeah, I mean, no issues with S2000, just dailying it every day, but I would like to, if I could cash out of the S2000, that would give me the cash to go and get maybe a Ram Eco Diesel, and that would be more practical daily for me, that I could actually use to tow. We could make content on it, and not, I mean, obviously we're not going to turn that into a race truck, but it would just be a practical vehicle that we could, you know, do content on, whether it's lighting stuff or, you know, tires and wheels and just normal stuff that you guys would do. I think that would be cool, but I kind of want to sell the S2000 to be able to get that vehicle, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Some guy almost came and picked it up, but then I don't know what happened. We kind of flaked last minute. David, I would stay unless I had to move. You have a badass shop set. I know. Like, I made my decision on this place, this spot, backwards. Like, I did it total dude style. Like, I got into this location, this house, for the garage instead of the house. Like, I kind of knew what I was signing up for. You know, I got a place with lots of parking, big garage, high ceilings, so that we could do exactly this, right? And it's been perfect for that. But you know, fortunately, unfortunately, this YouTube channel hasn't taken off to the extent that I wanted it to. So I'm having to supplement my income to be able to do what I want to do on YouTube and my passion through a normal job. And so a job opportunity has arisen where I could, you know, make substantially more money if I were to relocate. So that's where I'm at. I mean, I'd rather not have to run around the country to you know, chase work, but fortunately or unfortunately, that's kind of the circumstance. But yeah, you guys can help me out, honestly, like, you know, in the most humble way I can ask you guys. If you guys share the videos with friends, family, it helps. YouTube sees more people coming into the videos, coming into the channels, and then it'll start recommending them all over the place. Same thing with thumbs up. I know everybody says it on all YouTube, but giving it that simple thumbs up is like a little flag to YouTube that that video is good, and that they're going to try to recommend it to other people. If it's got a million thumbs downs, then it's not going to, it's going to signify to the algorithm or YouTube that they shouldn't suggest that video to others. So that's how we get the whole thing to grow. So you guys can help me out by, like I said, share the video with friends, family, whatever, however you guys want to do it. But the more people that start coming into the channel, YouTube algorithm will see that and start promoting the videos to complete strangers and other people watching other car videos, and then they'll start coming in our truck videos. So that's what I need to happen on your side, but right now I'm having to supplement income through a regular job. So I'm doubling down on everything, working a regular job, and then doing this, and, you know, doing the builds on the weekend. Like I said, this weekend we're gonna work on Jason's truck, hopefully get that thing mostly sorted out, and then hopefully next week we can start getting serious about the Viper build. I honestly don't think the supercharger kit for the Viper is gonna be, I don't know, maybe I'm sounding a little bit overconfident, but I don't think it looks that hard. I mean, really, I just have to unbolt the intake and bolt that supercharger in its place. And I've taken the intake so many times off that car that it shouldn't be that bad. The only thing is just the supporting mods that I do want to do. I do have all silicone heater hoses for that car, so I kind of wanted to replace those since all the heater hoses are like 20 years old at this point. So I was thinking that's kind of preventative stuff, and I've had those silicone hoses in the box for the last 2-3 months, and I just haven't had a chance to throw them on, or haven't made time for it, I guess. But other than that, I mean, the only, besides putting all the belt on and stuff, the only major thing we have to do with the Viper supercharger kit is pin the crank, which I still have to get sent and on its way from Row Racing. So we have to drill into the front of the crank because the snout on the crank doesn't have a keyway to hold the pulley from spinning on the crank. So if you don't install the crank pin, the pulley could technically spin on the crank and ruin the crankshaft. So that's why we need to pin the crank, and that's probably, honestly, that's like the most work out of everything, I think, in my opinion at least, is to pin the crank. Once we do that, the rest is just a belt tensioner, throw the belt on, throw the supercharger on, put the injectors in, hook up the fuel lines, and load the tune. I mean, it should go fairly straightforward. Like I honestly don't even know if you have to jack the car up. I could just do it on the floor there because there's no intercooler piping on that thing. You know, for what that's worth, it's just the supercharger is just gonna bolt in the middle. But I'm waiting for all the parts to get here for that so we can start that. But yeah, I think the biggest thing was gonna be the tuning with that. I guess I have to install gauges and stuff like that so we can make sure that the tune is running safe and everything on the Viper. But I think that thing's gonna motor along pretty quickly. Only thing is if this whole moving thing comes into the picture. Like I said, if that ends up going down, it's I don't know how that's going to factor in everything. So I don't know. I have some decisions to make, obviously, but I'll keep you guys updated on what my decision is. What else? Oh, Aviles Jose. Hopefully I said your name right. That doesn't look like a Modelo. No, it's not. It's not Modelo time right now. Like I said, I'm trying to. This is actually friggin'. If you guys saw my channel, The Garage. This is actually what the heck is it called? The BCAAs. It's called Amino Energy. It's got some caffeine in it and a bunch of vitamins. It tastes like grape drink. Oh, like I said, I've been up since 4 in the morning today, just doubling down. Like I said, 2-hour drive to work. Worked all day. 2-hour drive back. Got a chance to sit down for about half an hour, relax, and then now we're doing live. But I'm with it. Oh, hold on a second. Enrique just donated $20. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Like I said, cheers to that. Even though it's not a Modelo, thank you. Like I said, all your guys' money ends up going right back in this channel. So any support you guys can afford, it does help us. So you guys already know. We're gonna keep modding everything, so thank you, Enrique. I do appreciate it, and we'll keep the videos rolling. So thanks again. Kendall, you think you're ever going to throw a 408 stroker in the Dakota? If you do, get the 9-to-1 compression ratio. If you're gonna boost it, I don't know. I think that's throwing a bit too much money into the 5.9. I know everybody gets mad at me for saying the 5.9 kind of sucks, but I still think it kind of sucks. I mean, just for the amount of money you spend for the horsepower return is a lot lower than other engines. So I mean, obviously we're doing it. We're not doing it. So my engine, we put a cam in it, and the intake, manifold, and throttle body, and I don't. If you did that to an LS, not to bring up the Chevy LS because it's kind of played out, but it's played out for a reason. If you did what we did to my Dakota to an LS motor, you would be making way more power than what we're making. Like we might be lucky to be making, I don't know, maybe 300 at the wheels on my Dakota. I don't know, like ballpark. And if you were to do that to an LS, you would be making like 4 or 5 at the wheels, like a lot more, and probably with a smaller motor, unless you're getting a 6-liter LS. But I mean, that's pretty much the same as a 5.9. So like I said, I think it's not a very efficient motor, unfortunately, and to throw a ton of money at, I don't know. Part of me would like to put a better motor in it, whether that's throwing just a Hemi in it, the newer 3rd gen Hemi stuff, or doing the Hellcat swap or something. But I don't know. I don't know if I would throw a 408 stroker in it. I think I would probably boost the crap out of the stock long block before I threw a stroker in it. I'd probably do single turbo or twin turbo and just crank the boost and make up for its deficiencies rather than spend a bunch of money on a 408 stroker to get it past where it is now. But that's my opinion. Everybody likes to achieve different results different ways. But that's what makes this all fun, right? Next question. Andrew, in the past you responded if I was in the area to hit you up to peep at my RT, but are you actually for hire sometimes or just work among friends? Either way, it's kind of both. If you have stuff that you guys want to hit me up for, whether you want me to try to tackle one of your projects or something like that, let me know. There's been a few, like, you guys are obviously see how much we have on the go right now, so we're kind of stacked right now, but depending on what it is, I could probably do something. Part of the thing, and I've had a few people asking me about this, a a lot of the like the builds that I've done recently, they're pretty. I don't want to say big builds, but it's a lot of work. Like throwing the cam in one of these RTs or Magnums, it's not impossible, but it is still a lot of work. Like to take the kegger off and to do the cam and all that stuff, it's kind of a pain, honestly. So, and just the fact that like usually these motors are going to be kind of old and crusty, and you're going to have to clean the surfaces, and things are going to be corroded and all that stuff. Like, it's a pretty solid amount of work. Like, I can confidently say that, I don't know, it's not something that I would look forward to doing, so it would have to be definitely worthwhile. I mean, if there's a shop that'll just toss in a cam for cheap, I would go that route, because I don't know, unless it makes a lot of sense for me and you guys, want to pay to do that, I don't think I really want to tackle it. But I mean, if it's small stuff and it's reasonable, I'm down, but just hit me up, let me know what you're thinking. Like I said, I got so much on the go right now, it might be hard to try to schedule in something, but either way, let me know, we'll see what I can do. And then next, thanks again Enrique for the $20, I appreciate it, sir, thank you. Peter, as far as detailing waxes, what do you think of these new hybrid ceramic? I don't know, I've seen those. So Peter's asking about the new hybrid ceramic. So Meguiar's actually came out. You know how ceramic coating, all that stuff, has been super expensive to get done. You see like a tiny little bottle, and they're charging like $1 million for it. And people are ceramic coating their stuff, and they're spraying the water, and you see it all beat off. Well, Meguiar's and I think other companies now are catching on to that marketing tactic, and they're selling ceramic coating for like way cheaper. So yeah, they're selling that stuff for way cheaper, and that's what Peter's question. I don't have any personal experience with it. I should probably try it at some point just for fun, but I can't comment on it whether it's good or bad because I haven't honestly tried it. But it is interesting. It is a very interesting subject, but I don't have any experience to comment on it. Darren, what heads did Jason go with on the Dakota, and does he plan to keep and race it, or does he have tendency to flip and move on other things? As far as heads, he has a bunch of different heads, but the ones that we ended up bolting up, he has Edelbrocks as well, but we didn't bolt those up to this engine or his engine. We ended up bolting up the Indy X iron heads, so they're a cast originally. So he has Indy X heads on his. I think he's probably going to keep it, honestly, unless for some reason he's, doesn't like the horsepower output or maybe the ride of it, but I'm like 99% sure he's going to keep it because he's had this truck, I think he's had this truck sitting and hasn't put it together, I guess, or hasn't, put it on the road for 3 years, as far as I know. So the truck's been sitting for 3 years, and then actually another now buddy used to own the Dakota, and he's actually the one that we got the springs and the lowering kit for our SRT10 from. So it was an interesting story as how it all worked out. So I met Jason through the Dakota and through the channel, and me looking for a Pro Charger kit, and he happened to have one, and that's how we got the Pro Charger kit. And then I ended up, I was looking for springs or a lowering kit for the SRT10. Messaged somebody, I think it was Facebook Marketplace, and he said he still had it available, and I was like, can I come pick them up? So then I went to go pick up the springs and the lowering kit for the SRT10 Ram, and just by complete, I guess, I think it was just complete fluke, but he was the one that used to own Jason's truck, and he had it for a number of years too, so it all kind of came full circle. So I don't think Jason plans on getting rid of it, so he's had it for a while, and I think he's had 3, this is his 3rd Dakota RT, I believe. He'll probably correct me later, but I think this is the 3rd one that he's had. So he's always come back to Dakota RT, so I think this one he's decided to keep and make a lot nicer than the last one. So I think his truck, he doesn't plan on selling it, but I guess we'll see how he likes it once we get it fully up and running. The white deck. So I'm late to this. What all happened? We've just been talking, hanging out, answering questions, and telling you guys more about my builds and all that stuff. Pretty much just kicking it. Any questions you guys have, and trying to answer, and telling you guys about what I'm doing as well on the way. Ray, stock brakes or what do you recommend? I'm running stock brakes on mine. I know a lot of people complain about the stock brakes, the what is it, before '03? Maybe I'm getting my years off. I'm pretty sure it's before 2003. Everybody says the brakes are crappy, at least on my 99 and whatnot. But I don't mind them, honestly. For a little bit, I was debating trying to retrofit my stock original brakes from the Viper onto the Dakota, and I was going to go down that path. But somebody actually wanted to buy my stock original brakes off my Viper, so I sold them. Like I said, trying to afford everything and make it all happen. So somebody wanted the stock brakes off the Viper, and we have the SRT brakes all the way around on now, so they were just sitting in a box. So I got rid of them. I was thinking I would maybe retrofit the Viper brakes onto the Dakota, but like I said, I got rid of them. I can always pick up another set if we end up getting serious about that. We just have so much on the go. But yeah, stock brakes, drums in the back, stock calipers in the front, and I honestly think that truck stops pretty good. I don't know if it's just mine, but it stops pretty good. But yeah, just stock. David, I've been sharing your videos in the RT sites. Hopefully some of these people will start watching the channel. Yeah, I mean the RT stuff's been pretty good for the channel. I didn't know what I was getting into as far as, you know, how big or small the RT community would be, the Dakota RT. But it's been fun. Like I said, I bought that truck. You guys already know the history if you guys have been watching the channel for a little bit. I bought the Dakota RT for pretty cheap. It was just a beat up old truck at the time, if you guys remember what that thing looked like. I think I was looking at videos of it the other day. It's hilarious. What it used to look like. If you guys go back to the initial videos, and if you haven't, you're somewhat new to the channel, I encourage you to go back in the videos and look at when we first picked up the Dakota RT. You guys will not believe how far that thing has come. So when we first bought it, it was stock ride height. It had tires that were way too big on it, like kind of off-road, all-terrain tires with like kind of grippy ass tires on it, and it was beat. Like it was all faded. Yeah, it was all full of mud and muck and hay. We got it from a ranch, and they apparently use it as a ranch truck. So she was beat when we got her, but yeah, it's come a long way. But I got it for cheap, and then I didn't know that there was gonna be this much of a following with the Dakota. But I'm glad we got it, and I'm having fun with it. So far, I've met some cool people. I've met Jason, met Chad through the other truck, and it's kind of coming together, a little community here. So I really like what's going on and what we got going on. Chris, my SRT10 clone build actually was a 5.9, now a 408. The body and interior look like SRT10, basically just needs to be lowered and the custom center console finished and tuned one day. Nice. So that's pretty cool. You got a truck that looks like SRT10, but it's got the same 5.9 as the Dakota. That's interesting, actually. You should, yeah, it would be cool if you end up boosting your stuff like that. It'd be awesome. Ray, great content and stuff, man. Keep at it. Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna wrap up the live. I'm honestly just beat right now, so I'm gonna go relax. Actually, if you guys are on, I don't know, it's gonna sound funny, but lately part of my de-stressor has been playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I got into it with a couple buddies, so if you guys wanna hit me up on Grand Theft Auto, it's Boosted Motorsports is my screen name if you guys want to search me. I think the last few letters I couldn't fit Boosted Motorsports, but I think it's like Boosted Motor, and then it might be like SPRTS. It's something like that. SPTRS. I had to shorten up the last few letters. But if you guys want to search me and add me to Grand Theft Auto, if you guys play that, we've been running a bunch of missions. So I think I'm gonna go relax for a little bit, do that, and then I have to wake up early, edit some footage, and then I'll be working on the Dakota, Jason's truck, so that we can get that thing running and get the rear suspension done tomorrow. And we got some small odds and ends. I gotta run the wideband O2 sensor and just some small things, a bunch of little small things we gotta wrap up on this truck. But I'm hoping we can get most of that stuff done. But give it a thumbs up before you guys take off. Appreciate your guys' support. If you happen to be new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and if you are still somewhat new, check out some of the old videos, you guys. There's a ton of content on this channel, and you know, catch up on some of the old videos. And even if it's not catching up, take a look at where some of these projects started in the beginning, because they've come a long way, especially that blue Dakota, if that's what you guys were into. Even the S2000, all the projects have come such a far way. It's kind of interesting to go back and see them. But anyways, guys, I'm out. Thanks again for watching, tuning in. Regular upload should be tomorrow. I'll upload a video. I'm not sure what it's gonna be, but I did mention in the video that I went to go look at a truck last night. I almost bought it, but it was a disaster, and I didn't. So I guess maybe I'm spoiling it, but that is definitely going to be a fun video for you guys to watch. But thanks again, guys. See you guys on tomorrow's upload, and thanks for your support. Thanks to Enrique for the donation of $20. I would definitely use that. It'll go back into the bills, and we'll see you guys. Have a good weekend. Take care.